Hey everybody, I just picked up this new 3500 Predator inverter generator. I'm just getting ready to open up the box here, see what's inside. Looks like we have a 30 amp RV adapter, a funnel to put the oil in, and some other tools that came with the generator. We'll walk through how to assemble this and start it for the first time once I get everything out of the box. The first thing that we're going to do is take the cover off the battery compartment and hook the battery up. The batteries are not hooked up from the factory, so we have about 3 or 4 steps that we'll take before we start this up for the first time. First thing I'm going to do is take the cover off and then hook the battery up. Okay, the battery's all hooked up now. I'll put the battery back in, and as you can see, there's a strap that goes over the top of the battery to hold it in place, and then I'll put the front cover back on. I've had the batteries on 4-wheelers loosen up before, so after the terminals connections, after I run this for a while, I'll probably pull the battery out and make sure that the connections are still tight. There is no wasted space on this inverter generator. The battery is very tight in the compartment, and the rubber safety strap is over the top. Now it's time to put the cover back on. I have the oil check cover off and the to change the oil and add oil, and working on the ground, it's not very easy to see everything or to get at everything. I've seen some people in videos take the side cover off completely. That's what I'm going to do now to have better access to the oil fill. I decided to take the cover off completely on the side, at least to fill the oil up for the first time. Makes it a lot easier to get at the oil fill tube. And if you can see down under here, directly below the oil fill and oil check cap, is the drain plug that would have to be pulled out to change the oil. I've seen some videos where they let these run the first time for 8 hours before they change the oil with no load on them. I've seen other videos where it's an hour or a half hour. As dirty as the oil was in one of the videos I watched, I'm going to let this run after I start it for the first time for a half hour, shut it off, and then drain the oil again. So the next step is to pull the cover off. Pull the cover off here, and I will clean this and fill it up with oil for the first time. Okay, we are ready for oil now. I wanted to go and get some non-synthetic oil because it's recommended not to use synthetic oil until the engine is broken in. So we will go ahead and use the funnel that they gave us, and I will fill it with oil now. Okay, I put the side cover back on. I put the cover back on over the oil fill and oil check compartment. The last thing that we will do is fill it up with gas for the first time, and we are getting very close to starting it up. While this is running for the first time, I just wanted to see about the noise level. I'm right next to the Predator 3500 right now, and it's not super loud. But I just want to back up to about 5 feet away. About 10 feet away. I'm about 12 feet away from the generator right now, and you could very easily sit and have a conversation with somebody or sit in a chair, and it's not a loud exhaust. Only being 12 feet away, I could easily sit here and have a conversation with somebody. I'm really impressed by how quiet this generator is. And this is in regular run mode. This isn't in eco mode. I'm going to let it run for the full half hour, 45 minutes in regular run mode. And then, like I said earlier, we'll change the oil, take a look at what the oil looks like, put fresh oil in, and I'll be ready for the break-in time where I can plug some devices in that don't use a lot of power for a short time, and then we'll be ready to after that change the oil again. I'll be ready to use whatever I want to power with it. They just recommend not putting in large loads on the generator. I think it said for the first 24 hours, but I'd have to go back and look at that again. So we'll see in a little bit what the oil looks like. So far, very impressed with the Predator, that it's a 3500 and how quiet this machine is. So we've been running now just about an hour. It still registers 0 on the dial because it only registers in 1 hour increments. I think I'm going to turn it off now because it's been just about an hour. Let it cool down, and then we will do an oil change and see what it looks like after the first one. We had the generator running for about an hour, and now I have the plug out for the oil fill area. Right below that is the bolt to drain the oil. Underneath the generator there is a tab that you can pull. It opens up a hole to the bottom, and I have a plastic container under there to catch the oil. I'm going to drain the oil out now after running for about an hour for the first time, and we will take a look and see what it looks like. The oil is draining out now. Drains out real nice into the container below. I guess the only thing that I would do different in the future is maybe not be at ground level, but do this on the back of the tailgate on the truck or something to get it up a little higher. Pretty easy process. I'm going to let the oil drain out, and then we will take a look at it and see what it looks like. Okay, after about a little under 1 hour of running with the new Predator 3500, I drained the oil out. I'm not sure what my phone picks up, but in the sunlight I can see a lot of fine metal specks, and the oil is kind of mixed with something that must have been in the engine when it was new. Actually separates from each other, so I'm glad that I did a little research and decided not to run 8 hours on the first oil before the first oil change, and actually ran about 45 minutes. I put new oil in again. This time I'll probably run about 4 hours and then change it again instead of going longer than that. I think the recommended time is 8 hours between oil changes, but for the first couple I think I'm going to do just a couple hours, or maybe up to 4 hours, and then change it again. Thank you for watching my video. I hope it's helpful if you buy a Predator 3500. I'm looking forward to using it. Can't wait to get out ice fishing and maybe use it a few times yet this fall for other projects. Thanks for watching my video.